Sunrise Automotive is very proud to offer this absolutely stunning 1979 Pontiac Trans Am. This car was built in the Van Nuys, California plant, and it stayed in California most of its life until the last few years when I purchased it. Solar gold in color. This was a customer order car. A gentleman by the name of Larry Dowdrick, which is now deceased. Mr. Dowdrick was in the military, and he kept probably some of the best service records I've ever seen on one of these cars. We specialize in these second generation Firebirds, formulas, Trans Ams, and this one in my mind is almost as good as it gets. I recently painted this car in July. We took it completely down to nothing, broke it all apart, every piece. After painting the shell, you have 38 other pieces to paint on this car separately. And what we did, we put a breakdown in a photo album on our Facebook page, which is Sunrise Automotive LLC. And you can see the paint process and all the details. We're an exclusive PPG paint distributor. We use the Deltron DBC on this car. These are all epoxies and urethanes, 2-part. And the fit and finish on this car is much better than when it came out from the factory. As I said, there's no paint lines on this vehicle. It is correct from head to toe. This is a true WS6 car. Heavy duty stabilizer bars, Saginaw steering, quick ratio steering, and most importantly is the 4-wheel disc brakes and the 8-inch snowflake wheels. As you can see, this was a California car because of the air pump. That's how they did it in '79 with all the emissions. Every jam on this car was media blasted, so that way it'd be factory crisp. Now in Van Nuys, California, where the paint, the emissions, and the pollution were so stringent in California, this car was painted with waterborne paint. Instead, in comparison to the Norwood, Ohio plant, I'm going to try to zero in, there's a W right here, which means waterborne. The Norwood, Ohio plant cars were built with lacquer. So the paint didn't have any longevity, especially in a metal flake or a metallic paint. I definitely encourage you to go online and look at our paint process. It's off the charts. We take a lot of pride in building these cars, not just building them or putting them back correctly as they were, but just a little nicer. We completely took the interior out, put all new, the new hobnail Lombardi cloth, all new sill moldings, re-dyed everything that needed to be done. This is a loaded up car with cruise tilt, AC, AM, FM. This is a 2 sticker sheet car, which means it had a lot of options on it, so they had to go to an additional sticker sheet. Put the correct GM decals back on it. Just showing you the quality of this. Again, every part was painted off this car. I'll start it. All the gauges work properly. This thing smells exactly like a brand new car. We put a mat in there because we put the original GM mats in there. This car runs, drives, stops exactly like it should. It holds wonderful oil pressure and runs cool. Runs 180 degrees. The AC works beautiful. Ice cold. No issues. see the AC pump is working perfect. Already cold. Stereo works perfect. Power trunk. That's an NOS shifter plate, which is very rare. We try to put the best stuff in on this car possible. Turning off the air, turning off the car. All the lights work. Everything as it should be. The trunk is complete with the jack, lug wrench, spare, air canister, all the correct decals. As I mentioned earlier, this is a factory fresh car. The paperwork Mr. Dowdrick had on this car was extensive. There's probably 150 pieces of paper with every service record, his original buyer's order, his original credit application. This was bought new at Jack Hammock Motors. And like I said, it was a 2 sticker sheet car. The car was $9,635 back in '79, which is a ton of money. Trunk's closed beautiful. I left an extra key in there, just open up the trunk. Everything, as you can see, the tail panel is just gorgeous. We put a new fuel tank under there just to preventive measures. It's got all the original exhaust, which is like incredible. Original catalytic converter. As I said, the fit and finish on this car resembles a car. Doors closed perfect, your cut lines are perfect, all your style lines, your belt molding, everything is there. Mirrors were broke apart when it was painted. As you can see, the rockers are just like new. The wheels are original. Tires have a few miles on them, but nothing major. We put NOS gold birds in there instead of the red because we had NOS gold. So we try to put the best stuff possible. Air extractors. Everything is just gorgeous on this car. We did put a new master cylinder on there, and we put the correct cadmium plated cover on it. As you can see, I'll close this hood just like it's supposed to be. Shaker. Paint is phenomenal. The video does not justify the depth and the clarity of the paint. This is what I call a crisp car, not a fuzzy car. This is an honest car. This is a rust-free car. Rust-free cars are the best cars. It's got the best bones. Just wanted you to take a glimpse of what we do. We specialize in these cars. That's an NOS crest in the front, which they've got lucite in them, and they don't fade as quick. GM did things right back in the day. Spoilers, all the hardware, everything is where it's supposed to be. Typically when people build these cars, what I call a lot of the bugaboos, little things, lights, buttons are not working. Everything works on this car as it should be. All new weather strips. This is a car you can get in, drive, and enjoy. It's as good at 80 miles an hour as it is at 10 miles an hour. It's stable, strong, and thanks to Mr. Dowdrick that took such good care of it over the years, I had the opportunity to finish it up and make it like it's supposed to be. Have a lot of friends beeping at us. Again, if you have any questions concerning this gorgeous car, feel free to call us. We have every piece of documentation from day one. And I encourage you again to go on our Facebook page and look at the breakdown and all the pictures. 483 pictures of this car. We left no stone unturned. I hope you enjoyed this, especially for the people that like the second gen F-body cars.